What's good, Joe? It's my review for Revolution. Now, overall, Revolution was an amazing show. Excellent, without a doubt, highly worth. You guys check it out if you guys did not. And it was just great. Sure as shit was better than fucking Super Showdown, am I right? We'll talk a little bit about Vince in a minute. Don't y'all worry. And if you guys are wondering, Glenn, are you going to do a video on it like you did with Crown Jewel? Because it would happen with The Fiend. Maybe. I might record a video tomorrow. I'm still a little bit 50-50 whether or not I'm actually going to record something. I mean, everything I would have said has already been said by other guys like Gate Dunn, JD. So, I don't know if I'll throw my hat in the ring as well, but hey, you'll never know. So, I bet before overall the show was fucking amazing. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, Glenn, was it better than TakeOver Portland? Did you think it was better? No. Now, I would say this is probably the closest thing AEW has gone to matching the quality of a TakeOver event. I would say I would give the slight edge over to TakeOver Portland, but both shows were fucking amazing in their own right. So let's start off. We started this matchup with Jake Hager versus Dustin Rhodes, and first off, I gotta give props to Jake. The man has actually surprised not less. I've only recently started the indie, so I didn't watch him any of his time when he was in like Lucha Underground or anything else. I haven't watched any of his MMA fights because I'm just not interested in it in Jake Hager's MMA career. But I gotta give the man props. Man has a lot of stuff. He looks about the same as he did back when I saw him in WWE as Jack Swagger. He did the Vader Bomb as well as the ankle lock. So for the two of you Jack Swagger marks, there you go. But yeah, man, the match overall was great. First off, I gotta mention, actually, I find it kind of humorous that Jake Hager's entrance music, I'm pretty sure is actually a song that was made by R-Truth. If you guys don't know, R-Truth is legitimately a rapper. He releases some rap songs on the down low. I've actually listened to one of them. He's actually really good. Now, he's no Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, but he's better than 90% of fucking rappers nowadays. He's actually really good. If you guys enjoy rap music, I highly recommend you give it a listen. You might actually be pleasantly surprised by it. So yeah, R-Truth is now on AEW television. Vince is probably going to fucking seizure over that. But and I know he also did his entrance for Jake Hager's first MMA fight as well. So anyway, you had that. So and then he gets over there. Justin made his entrance. He was rocking new face paint that he usually does, which I really did. I really did the look of it. It looked really cool. Now and then, so let's get back to Jake Hager. So the dude makes his entrance, and his wife's out there in the crowd, front row, which I might actually ain't much to look at. Oh, please, Mr. Hager, do not lock me in the ankle lock. It has the fucking Zip culture going out there. I'm not a real American. Please, I'm not tripping. Please, I beg you. I'm just saying my opinion, man. Your wife ain't that bread, man. Please don't hurt me. But yeah, and the dude just starts fucking playing some top hockey with her, man. Like, I'm like, bruh, get a fucking room. I'm here to watch fucking wrestling, not porn. My $1,000 porn hub, my dude. So he does that, has this little thing with his wife. I felt like I was back in 2006 with Edge and Lita, but I digress. So after that's all said and done, they go through the match. Now, the only thing that's really worth noting about this match, because like I mentioned before, the match was good, but not really anything to write home about. Kind of uneventful, and yeah. There was only like really two spots I'm really going to talk about before we go into the Sammy Guevara match. So, first off, Dustin throws Jake over the top of him. The dude legit just ricochets his head right off of the steel steps, which, ooh, that looked fucking nasty, man. That looked nasty. I was like, oof. I was like, fam, you still alive over there? I was legit concerned for that. That was a pretty nasty spot. The second one is they're both outside, and then Jake, I think he tried to hit him with hit Dustin with a big boot. I think Dust, but either way, it leads to Dustin looking at Jake's wife and legit kisses her. No, probably not for obvious reasons, but from the way it looked like he legit kissed her, and then after he was done, some of his face paint was on her face. It's like, oh, disgusting, which of course got the huge prod from the crowd. That was pretty good. So yeah, Jake Hager wins by submission, or I should say referee stoppage from a submission move. I don't think we got the name of it, but yeah, Jake looks pretty good. I don't know if we're going to see him much more in AEW, if we're going to see him wrestle that much more often. We probably will, but not as much as he used to. He's probably going to just stay as, of course, Jericho's muscles just stand there. So, yeah. So let's move on to the next match. Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. Great match. I love the way it started where Darby, just as soon as he makes his ring entrance, he instantly does a suicide dive right into Sammy Guevara, and we're off the race. Sammy also did I think it was like a 630 off the top rope to Darby on a table. He tried to re-injure his vocal cords or his voice box, whatever he injured with that skateboard spot from AEW, from Dynamite a few weeks back on the railing. They both kind of dodged each other, and yeah, it was batshit insanity throughout the match. There were Spanish flies, a lot of other crazy high-risk spots, and it was just overall a really great and exciting match, ending with Darby hitting the coffin drop for the pin. Which that man got some pretty good distance on that coffin drop, might I add. So. Yeah, also really great match. Next we get to the tag titles match between the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page versus the Young Bucks. Now, of course, the big thing with this match was everyone was expecting, no, Adam's going to turn heel turn. We're going to get the heel turn. It's like when fucking John joined Dean Ambrose came back to WWE, and everyone was calling for the heel turn, and they're like, oh, it's gonna happen at SummerSlam, it's gonna happen at SummerSlam, it's gonna happen, and then it didn't happen. But then we got the Raw when Roman went out with leukemia, and that was amazing. No heel turn for this time, no heel turn. Although it looked like we might get some, there was tons of back and forth between the Bucks, Kenny and Adam Hangman Page. All these guys were just butting heads. There was time for Kenny was trying to break up the fight between the two. There was time where Nix were trying to break up the fight with Matt and between Matt and Adam. There's even this one spot where Matt tries to set his hand for a handshake with Adam, and the dude just spits in his face. And I love when JR was on commentary. There he is, the DNA running down Matt's face. So along those lines. I love JR, man. His commentary was actually really good tonight. I mind that his commentary was actually really good tonight. So yeah, we had this one spot where I forget exactly what Excalibur Con but he legit did a suplex to Adam Page, and then legit repeated over and over, looking like a straight up slinky going up the ramp. It was crazy. He also hit a Meltzer driver on the ramp. There was also this one time where there was a lot of crazy ones. Like Matt or Nick had a V trigger, and Kenny Omega kicks out at one. Yes, one. But probably was the craziest was the ending. So Kenny goes for the one wing danger, but he can't hit it because of the shoulder he's standing at Dynamite, which that Iron Man match was fucking awesome. By the way, you guys wanted my opinion on that. So he goes in there, tries to land the 108, but can't control. Tries to switch his arm, can't do it. Matt gets out of the way. Then Kenny tags on Adam. Adam then hits Adam hits a one-winged angel, goes for the pin. 1, 2. Nick comes in last second to break up the pin. At this point, it's match insanity. Nick gets outside on the ramp, and then Adam hits a buckshot layer on him, goes back into the ring, hits a buckshot layer on Matt, and pins him. 1, 2, 3. They retain the tag team championships, and everyone's wondering, is it going to turn heel? Is it going to turn heel? He doesn't. He just opens the rope for Kenny, and Kenny's a little hesitant at first, but he eventually goes through, and the match. A little surprised that they got retained titles. I thought, like a lot of you, I thought the Young Bucks were probably were going to gain titles, and of course, Adam was going to turn face or turn heel. But hey, that didn't. But neither happened. So, guess we'll see what happens later on. I don't know if they're even going to turn heel at this point. I guess you could say. I guess you could make it. He kind of is heel with how much he's butting heads with Kenny and the guys. But hey, anyway, let's move on. So next up was the women's match between Nyla Rose and Chris Statlander. Now the match itself was fine. It's in this. I put in the same boat as I put the match between the opening with Dustin Rhodes and Jake. I was like Jack Swagger for a second. The match itself was fine. Like, it wasn't really that great. And also these guys were put right after the Kenny match. So the crowd was going to be dead for this match regardless. And I'm going to agree with JD on me personally, I too am not a big fan of AEW's women's division, especially compared when you to what NXT is doing. It's not that great. They got some decent players, like Hikaru Shida, and a few others that you can see that there's definitely some potential, like Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose is literally everything Nia Jax should have been, but yeah. And I know there's controversy around her, but she's trans, she shouldn't be the champion, whatever. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, so this match, nothing really happened except there was like about a couple of spots that were. There was this one really sloppy one, maybe two actually, that where I was like, ooh, that got me a little concerned. There was one where Nyla was on the top rope, I believe she was actually on the second rope actually, and Chris was on top of the top rope. She was just kind of dangling there, but she kind of like leans down and does like a handstand off of it, and then before she drops down, blows Nyla a kiss. That spot was pretty cool. That was about the only really cool spot. But there was this one that looked pretty bad. So Nyla is up on the top rope, and so is Chris Stanley. She's going for a superplex. But I don't know what happened. I don't know if she just couldn't get her footing or what, but she kind of just slipped off, and commentary tried to sell it as like a modified, like as an elevated brainbuster, but that could have ended very bad. I was looking at that, I was like, ooh, no. Like I think the problem with the AEW's women's, I don't know if it's my stop, but they definitely try too hard. They're trying to do moves that they're not really experienced enough to do, because for whatever reason, like they're trying to prove to get rid of the stigma, which in turn is making it kind of worse. So they're trying so hard. Honestly, yeah, the match itself, and when they do that, you have spots like this where it could end very badly, where matches come off a little bit sloppy, etc., etc. So, yeah, hopefully they sign Tessa Blanchard when she finally becomes a free agent. I know she's kind of controversial too, but fuck it. Sign her anyway. You're gonna need her. Whatever happened, and I don't give a shit. And by the way, I'm black, so, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, Nyla wins with the what the hell is it? The Beast Bomb. I almost forgot to finish her name. The Beast Bomb from the second rope. Also a little bit sloppy, but not as bad as that botched superplex. So, yeah. Nyla Rose still champion, no surprise there. Match itself, So, next up we had Cody Rhodes versus MJF. This match this match, like the Dustin match, was very old school, which there's one thing I've noticed, and I've really been digging about AEW. I like with Cody's pay-per-view matches, they have this really old school vibe, because you guys know me. I've been watching wrestling since I was about 10, so I've been watching wrestling like 2010. So I've kind of never really saw that much of old school type wrestling from like, the guys from like the 90s or outside like the occasional like the couple matches I've seen here and there on the internet, and of course maybe occasionally watching some older pay-per-views back when Blockbuster was still a thing. I still got a couple of them actually. I like Unforgiven 2007 I got, and another one I forget. But yeah. So I really do dig these like old school Cody matches are a lot more old school, and they've always been like probably some of the best matches on the card. This match I wouldn't say is as good as say the match he had with Dustin, but this match was also fucking amazing. Like I love this match. So we started the match, which I gotta say, which MJF came out like dressed up in a robe, kind of looking like wrestling royalty. But I gotta say, this fucking spray tan, man. I'm like, bruh, it looked a little much, honestly, at least for me, but. Of course, there's one thing that's more controversial, and that's, of course, Cody's new tattoo. Now, me personally, at first, I like the design. Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that he has like the Nightmare Family logo or whatever tattooed. I love the logo for the Nightmare Family, and I love that he has a tattoo. My problem is the placement of it. Fam, why is it on your neck? Like, I was watching, I was making his entrance, I'm like, bro, why is it on your neck? You couldn't put it on, like, your chest. Or your back, or your arms, even, or your hands. Why do you have to put it on your neck? Now, in the days since Revolution, the design has honestly grown on me, and the tattoo itself has grown on me a lot, and I don't mind it as much. I still don't really like that he has a neck tattoo, but it's gonna take me a bit to get used, but I'll eventually get used to it. Me personally, if I was Cody, I would have had it tattooed on like his arm or something. It was the same thing when I first saw him with the blonde hair when he was doing his thing on the Indies. Back when I first started watching New Japan. I didn't like the fact that he dyed his hair blonde, but I eventually got used to it. I mean, I still think he looks better with, like, his normal hair color, but honestly, I've seen the blonde so much, it doesn't really bother me anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, enough talk about tattoos and spray tans and shit. Let's talk about the match itself. Like I mentioned before, the match itself was awesome. A couple of spots I liked was, there was Brandy actually got a lot of action in this one. Like there was this one where she goes she actually like grabs like I think she had like water or like a beer and she just throws it in Wardlow's face. Wardlow starts to chase after her, and while he's running towards Brandy, Cody goes in for a suicide dive, hits Wardlow, and starts pummeling the shit out of him with some kicks. That was pretty hype. There was another one where Brandy was on the apron. She goes for a crossbody, and Wardlow catches her, and Cody goes out of the ring, telling her like, "Yo, put her down, put her down." He puts her down, then he just like hits a big boot on Arn Anderson because he gets out of the way. But I like, and also MJF started bleeding around the midpoint of the match. Honestly, I couldn't tell you from what. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he like got cut on the outside or if he had like, if he was like holding the blade or something, cut himself there. I don't know how he cut himself, but the man was bleeding. It really did add a lot to the match. Cody actually gets a little revenge for the 10 lashes with using his weight belt. He manages to hit MJF one time, and then the ref tries to grab from him, and he's like begging with the ref, like, one more time. The ref lets him go when he hits another one. He made sure that motherfucker count. You could hear that all the way outside the arena. That motherfucker was loud, ladies and gentlemen. That second one with the bell. And I loved afterwards, Cody, when he took, and I love the JR's commentary here. He says, JR mentioned, or it might have been Tony Schiavone. He said Cody took those like a man on his seat, yet MJF is on the ground, cowering. And then once Cody starts to go near him, he starts like kissing his boot, and he's just like, please, Cody starts pleading with Cody, and Cody's just looking at him like, what the fuck is this shit? And then he just ends up spitting in his face, and man, it was absolutely insane. There was a lot of theatrics in the match, and I fucking loved it, man. What else? MJF also targeted Cody's right foot, because when he broke one of his toes from that beautiful moonsault he took on that steel cage match. So he targeted that, he even took a shoe off and started biting his feet. Yikes. But yeah, so the end of the match was that MJF hits Cody with the diamond ring and pins him 1, 2, 3. Now, actually, when I first saw the match, I was actually both kind of surprised and not surprised as fish, because I was kind of surprised, and a part of me thought Cody might actually win this, because the man went through so much shit to get here, the 10 lashes, the steel cage match, and all that shit, that a part of me thought Cody might actually come out on top. But then I realized, oh wait, this is AEW, this isn't WWE, Cody isn't going to bury the future. So yeah, thank you, Cody. And MJF wins. Correct. That was the correct outcome. And yeah, MJF, man, fucking star. Also, one thing I was about to mention. MJF, around the beginning of the match, goes outside the ring and just kind of chills around with the crowd. This dude goes fucking crazy, man. The man legit, he grabbed, he threw someone's hat off, and then another time, he took someone's beer and threw it in his face. Which, I gotta admit, MJF is in some dangerous territory, because you know how some of these people might get when it comes to this kind of shit. Now, me personally, if I was on the receiving end of MJF me getting shit on by MJF, say he tossed my, he just kind of flicked my hat off, or say if I was drinking a Pepsi or a Coke or some shit, and he just threw it in my face, I feel honored by that out of everyone, MJF decided to shit on me, but that's just me. And actually, my best friend Emmanuel, he was actually at the AEW show that was in Jacksonville a while back, and I actually asked him, how did it feel to get shit on MJF live, and said, MJF is amazing heel, which he is, man. So, yeah, so please, people, don't take it too seriously, but, apparently, actually, recently, he actually, a dad brought his kid to see MJF, and he gave the kid the fear, and the dad started complaining, Cody and Brandy and AEW and shit, bro, come on. MJF lives the gimmick, come on, man. But, anyway. So yeah, awesome match, correct outcome, good shit, and MJF is definitely the future of AEW. So next up we had Orange Cassidy versus Pac. This match, honestly, low-key might have been match of the night outside of the tag match between Adam Hangman Page and Kenny versus the Bucks. This match up, you thought you were watching a Johnny Gargano fucking Adam Cole match at TakeOver fucking New York with this crowd. There was "This is awesome" chants, holy shit, this is wrestling, there was everything here, man. Absolutely, I loved, first off, the opening of the match was Orange tries to put his hands in his paw, but Pac stops him, and he's like, nah, man. There's also this other time where, I don't know what exactly, but he pretty much threw Pac to the ground, he did a flip, and then Pac just looked, he gets back up, he's kind of backing away from me, he's like, what the fuck is this? He was the look on Pac's face, he was like, what the fuck? And then there was so many spots in the match where I know a lot of people have been shitting on Orange Cassidy for whatever reason, but he shut them all over the match. This man legit goes for a suplex and then somehow transitions into a fucking stunner. There was also this one where he did DDT off the second rope. and he does this suicide one. Like, there's always those points where like Orange Cat gets his ass kicked, but then like suddenly he gets possessed by like Johnny Gargano. And he's just like hitting these ridiculous moves, and you're just like, what the hell? Like, because the man Orange Cat can legitimately wrestle, man. He is awesome when he actually wants to show up to work. I personally love the gimmick. I love Orange Cassidy, and and I would love to see more of him. So yeah, like there's also this other time where Pac was on the top rope going for the Black Arrow, and then Orange Cassidy would just roll out of the ring on one side, and then he puts it back in the ring. He rolls on the other side, but then he goes back on the other side, and Pac's waiting for him, and Orange Cassidy just starts smiling and laughing. I loved it, man. So Pac wins this match with the Brutalizer. Kind of surprised by that. I actually kind of thought Orange Cassidy might win, but either way, Orange Cassidy is definitely a star after match. And if you were a hater of Orange Cassidy for whatever reason when AEW signed him, he shut you the fuck up after this match. So yeah. And then we had the main event, which was, of course, Chris Jericho versus Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship. Now, y'all know that everyone loves to sing along Judas to Chris Jericho's theme in AEW. Well, apparently AEW decided to go one step further and have a legit fucking choir there singing his song before fucking Chris actually came out, man. Like, they legit had a choir and they're singing the song. It was actually done really well, too. And I'm just sitting there like, they legit got a choir. I love it. Man. So then Chris comes out, then of course Jon Moxley comes out, still rocking the eye patch and everything. The match itself was really good. Nothing really too like, oh, this is like it's a match of the year. Nothing like that crazy, but definitely a pretty good match for the AEW Championship. Of course, Chris was going after John's eye. There was this one spot where like he had stitches from the headbutt took in from the weigh-in. So and like there was this one part where like John was legit like biting into like the stitches and like trying to like gnaw at him. And that was some cringy shit. There was actually the whole opening, like the first like I think it was like 5 minutes of the match was literally them just wrestling out on the outside. I think they already rang the bell point, and you got Aubrey, the referee, just trying to get them back in the ring. She's not even counting to 10. They would have been counted out a while time ago, but she, of course, the leniency of the refs, she's just letting them go at it until they finally get back in the ring. And so yeah, to go at it, John starts bleeding. I don't know what. It looks like I think he like got like cut up around the top. Around it, but there was some blood coming from like his eye, the one with the eye patch on it, and so that was going crazy. And then like Chris starts to go for his other eye, and then John starts wildly swinging. And also you got of course the rest of the Inner Circle trying to get involved, which then Aubrey kicks them out, but then Sammy Guevara comes in there, hits John with the AEW Championship, and we thought that Chris was going to retain. 1, 2, he kicks out. And that's when he, like a little bit later on, he actually reveals that his eye is completely fine, and he was just playing possum this entire time. So hits him with dirty deeds. I know some of you are gonna call it. It's like what the hell is it called? Paradigm Shift is what's now called. I know it's called that now, but I honestly think the dirty deeds is cool, and that's what I used to. So I'm always gonna keep calling it dirty deeds. Hits him with dirty deeds, and he wins the title. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, overall, awesome show. This show was absolutely fucking phenomenal. Really great show. I think I mentioned this before, but I wouldn't say it's better than TakeOver Portland, but definitely an amazing show. If you guys did not check out Revolution, I highly recommend you guys to check it out. So overall, I'm going to give this show a 10 out of 10. This show was fucking amazing. After the bullshit with Crown and Jewel, it was nice to be reminded, yes, this is why I watch wrestling. This is why I love it. So thank you, AEW, for that. And if you guys want to know what I would say match tonight would definitely be the tag titles match, with the Orange Cassidy match being a close second. So yeah, tell me down in the comments what you guys thought of Revolution. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think this was better than TakeOver Portland? Did you think TakeOver Portland was better? Leave it all in the comment section below. And so yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, list down the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.